Today is January 13th, 2021. This is the Kubernetes CSI implementation meeting. We'll go down our usual agenda for today, which is to go down release statuses, starting with 119. I have not had a chance to check up on the progress of the CSI proxy build. I will have to do that today. Moving on to 120, I think we just have a couple of docs changes that are needed and also updating the CI. I guess Patrick is not here, so we'll have to follow up offline on the status of the CI. I think the docs is kind of on me to do. I'll try to get to that this week. I guess let's just move on to 121. All right, looks like we have a couple of projects added here. I think first up we have snapshots. I guess there's some follow-up items, is that right?
Yeah, I thought it's still good to have this one, otherwise we'll forget. We still have things, yeah, so just enhancements. Yeah, I actually need to go back to review those E2E tests. There are a couple of E2E tests that are already there, so I need to review those. And also I think there's someone from my team can help with those, we need the E2E test for validation webhook. So we can probably find someone there. Yeah, and yeah, just some follow-up work. Yeah, I just need to. I need to get back to the reviews.
Sounds good. Cool. Thank you. And then we have generic ephemeral volumes, which is being targeted to beta. Guess we'll have to get an update on that next week. Next, we have volume populators.
That's Ben's. I didn't find a project for that, so I just added this one line.
A project for it?
You didn't create a project board for that, right? Just
not for the new version.
Okay.
No, we had one for 120. I didn't do it for 121.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have managed to split apart the code into a reusable part and sort of a sample portion. And the one thing that's still giving me trouble is how to convert like so-called dynamic Kubernetes objects into typed Kubernetes objects. Because the reusable portion of the populator code is going to have to use like dynamic informers instead of typed informers. And we want people who are writing populators to be able to deal with, typed objects for whatever CRD they're using as the data source of their PVC. So I just haven't yet figured out how to do that conversion, but I have a lot of sample code and I'm getting help from various people. So I'll have it figured out soon.
Awesome. Cool. All right. And next we have delegating FS group to the CSI driver. I think we just need to follow up with Hamant on this. In addition, following up on volume expansion. And then we have volume health.
Yeah, I need to actually pin the person working on that. There's a PR has been out for quite some time. It's a pretty big PR. There were some issues, so I actually need to, I've been slow after the new year. So I need to ping him. I don't see much update for quite some time. So, and there was a PR on the CSI host pass driver. But I do need to ask more people to review that. That's a very, very big PR. Just basically that's adding the volume health capability into the host pass driver. So I actually need to go back and then maybe I will just assign, at least I need to ask, I think Patrick to take a look maybe. Yeah, maybe I will assign.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll just need to see while he's, yeah. Did we get this date? I was checking.
All right, sounds good. And
Is it figured out? Okay, it looks
I
like
j-
okay. Yeah, it's there.
yeah,
I couldn't
I
find
think
this one
so.
earlier. All right, so what is a GA? It's March. Is that April? April 8th? Is that April 8th, right? That's the GA date.
That's the release date.
Okay, GA date. Okay.
Let me.
Is it for the beginning of April?
Yeah,
That would
but it looks
mean
like we
they
have our
probably
usual one.
right. That means we may not have enough time for full releases, right? A little bit short, maybe. If the releases goes
I
into
think
April, right? And then we have 3 more releases in this year. In addition to this, it's already April.
there is some discussion on if we should move to a 3 releases per year cadence.
Right, but I don't know if they made that conclusion yet. This one's like not really 3 releases either. It's kind of short of that. I mean,
Didn't Saad say that they were leaning away from that?
yeah, Saad was the other day he was saying he think we're
that-
still going back to 4 releases, but this date is kind of hard to do with a release date in April. So I don't know. If it's the end of March, then I think that's probably perfectly fine. Because by the end of the year, right, that means what? It's going to be January for the 4th release if we are following this. I don't know.
Well, whose decision is this? Like, is there
Probably
is there a
release
place
team, right?
we can go ask?
It's going to be release team who are making these decisions. They probably send out a bunch of emails, which we may not follow that closely. I remember seeing something, but I don't remember the decision.
It just seems strange that like the release has already started and they haven't figured this out yet. Like,
No, this is already this release is figured out, but I don't know if they figured out for the whole year. That I don't know.
I see. Okay, so
Yeah.
so 121 is
Yeah, this is
known.
the date, right? This is like
We just don't know about
April
122,
8th.
123.
Right. I don't know. I was just looking at this. I'm like, that seems to be a little short if we want to do 4 releases. Unless if they want to squeeze it, I think that would be tough.
Are there plans for like a KubeCon in the fall like they've done in the past?
Yeah.
And is that going to line up? Because that's the whole thing, right?
That's there. That's already that already have a date for. Just there is a virtual one for Europe, and then they plan for something in LA, physical one. So we'll see how that goes. Is that October? It's a little early, actually, earlier than Euro, I think.
But that may or may not affect when they do the release for that around the KubeCon date.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, so right now I think it's October 12th to 15th, actually. It's in Los Angeles. So it's earlier than usual, right? Normally this last one is in December? It's normally pretty late, or November. Now it's October. Maybe they want to avoid the flu season. I'm guessing.
Or just the holiday season.
Yeah, but I don't know if everyone will get vaccinated by that time, hopefully.
All right. So I guess regardless, for 121, we will march straight ahead, and we have some pretty tight deadlines coming up.
Yeah, it always feels
February
very tight.
9th
Whenever because they announced the release schedule kind of late, right? It's like it's already started and they announced this.
Yeah,
but we have
if they
about
were
3 weeks.
Yeah.
If they were going to do 4 releases this year, it would have been even tighter.
Yeah.
I doubt they can do that unless if they say less than 3 months. Would you run releasing less than 3 months? That's crazy.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I think at least from our perspective, that means we need to start getting rolling on these features that we plan to.
I'm hoping they actually give out the date a little earlier, that we can kind of getting started early. But every time it's like when they announce the date, I'm like, oh, I need a couple of weeks left to get the cap launch.
All right. Okay, so then we'll skip over this, which I think we can get an update from Patrick on later. Next, we have a couple of outstanding PRs that are open. I'm not sure we've really been able to make much progress on these.
Yes, the one
the
that
last
I was working on that one. You were just right now you're highlighting it. Yeah, so I still need to go back to that one. I did start with that, but I haven't got time to test it and make sure that's the right way. So I need to go back to that. And then the one above that, I don't know if we have heard anything yet from Humble.
I haven't heard from Humble. I'll ping Hamat and Jan again to see if they're able to get a hold of him.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, and then the next one, this one, then I pinned the guy working on this. So I think he said he's okay to let me drive it, but I still need to sync up with him because I have a lot of questions I need him to answer. And also this cap, I'm wondering, because if you look at the cap, right, it actually says only SIG is SIG storage. Initially I thought it's SIG node, but he actually put SIG storage there as the only SIG. So we didn't know that because it depends on that. Then if it's us, then we will just add it. Otherwise, we need to go pin SIG node to add it to the tracking sheet. I think the way the current cap is written, it does because it has some proposed the CSI spec change, things like that. So it's kind of a storage.
But does it have changes to other like node controllers?
Yeah, and there is something for the what do you call that? I haven't looked at this for the garbage. Is that garbage collector? That
yeah, so we probably need to still involve SIG node in the discussion. I think also
I know I know what we definitely need to involve that. But I'm just wondering like who is going to, because you can only have one only SIG, right? I don't think you can have two. You can have like other associated SIGs or something. So it's us or them, but right now the only SIG
let's talk to SIG node and we can figure out who would be the best owner for this.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I think these PRs I have not been able to take a look at, but yeah, it's on my plate to look at. I think, let's see. Don't remove volumes when save data fails.
I should be able to start looking at this one again, realistically tomorrow or Friday. And then hopefully we can see some progress on this one.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. I'll need to go ahead and also ping Psychot on this one as well to see where we want to go with this. All right. I think that's all I have on the agenda. Is there anything else anyone wants to discuss?
I have one random question. We have periodically users will find bugs in CSI sidecars and file them against Trident, and they end up coming to NetApp. And I became aware of one today. Some user noticed that the external attacher sidecar is logging the bearer tokens to the log as part of its debug logging. And he thought it was a security threat. I didn't know if this has already been found and fixed in the sidecar, or if we need to like get them to file a bug.
That sounds problematic. Which token is this?
So I think it is the token that the sidecar is using to make Kubernetes API calls. It's the log line says roundtrippers.go, and then it's like a curl command line that gets logged, which I guess is the equivalent curl for whatever API the sidecar invoked. And the bearer token is just part of the log. I mean, I can provide a reference to this if someone wants to look into it. I just didn't know if this was an already known issue. I encourage the user to go file a bug against the external attacher sidecar. But yeah, logging of secrets is not brilliant.
Yeah.
What version is this?
I don't know what the version is.
Okay. And
I just
also
wanted to bring it up.
That sounds potentially
the same-
problematic.
Is
I
it
guess
security
also
then?
like what level is this? Is this at level 4 or 5? Do you know?
It's just the log line says I,
Oh,
which is
info.
info,
Oh,
I
that's
think.
pretty high. I is info. That's pretty high, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there another, if it's like a debug, will it also say I, or is it something else? I don't remember actually.
So I haven't done the legwork to dig in and see like where the code is that actually is doing this logging, but I just wanted to bring it up because the basic problem that we have is that our users are coming to NetApp instead of to the to the CSI community where the code actually lives, and so we end up acting as middlemen here, and we may just end up filing the bug and fixing it for them. But like it's been sitting in our bug backlog for months, which is not good.
So if it's security bug, I think there's also this security route, right? I haven't gone through that, but Michelle and Jan have done that before.
There's yeah, it to report security issues you can there's a process.
Is a secret getting logged a security issue?
That's a big security
We
issue.
have yeah, we have made CVE releases and announcements regarding secret logging.
All right, well maybe
you can point him to let me find the page. Yeah. Yeah, you can point him to this page here. Yeah, let me.
So I can click on it.
Where is the chat button?
It gets hidden if you're sharing your screen. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, I'll let them know that this is maybe a better place than just putting it right on GitHub.
Sounds good.
But these the general Kubernetes security bugs can filter their way down to the CSI sidecars.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you just like, say which component that is impacted.
Okay.
Then it should be able to funnel its way down.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, and for like any other bugs that are, filed against Trident, like yeah, feel free to just forward them over to
Yeah, I mean
sidecars.
that's what we would be doing. The problem is the people that look at Trident bugs, they don't know anything about sidecars, unfortunately. And so like this, it doesn't always happen, right? The people that are watching the list of bugs do the right thing. So I'll have to raise awareness because I don't watch Trident bugs as part of my day job. But yeah, I'll try to make sure this happens more quickly in the future.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Any other topics? All right, then we'll end early. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.